Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to another evening of baseball on Cards and Dice TV. We're replaying the 1983 Mets. We replayed the Mets with the APA game engine, focusing on Tom Seaver. And those stats actually I have available somewhere. Let's see if I have them nearby. Yeah. Let's go over those real quick. With APA, ERAs were off. APA is not really known for really a pitching game engine. Let me see if I can show you and get a little bit of better look here. Let's see. Can't really see that very well, but I'm going to write that in with pen. It was 4.21 ERA in the replay, right? And in actuality, Seaver had a 3.55, right? ERA. So ERA was definitely off there. Some of it had a little bit to do with how I played the first half of the season. I was learning to play the Mets, the 83 Mets. Innings pitched were close. He was a little bit under. Hits were almost identical. Home runs were almost identical. So let's match there, match there. Base on balls, off by about 8. Which is identical if you calculate the 20 innings that he missed. And then strikeouts are almost right there as well. So APA did a good job with strikeouts, walks, home runs, hits, and innings pitched. He allowed more runs than he should have, and that basically brought up his ERA about 70 points. But again, remember, APA is a system with an A, B, C, and D pitcher ratings. So it's not like a really, profound rating system for pitchers. They kind of were a little bit laid back on that. So anyway, what I'm doing now, so this was my APA replay. Now I'm going to do a Strat replay. Right? And we'll talk a little bit about that as we go. So let's get started. Stratomatic. I'm using mostly the advanced rules, some super advanced. I think the base stealing is super advanced. I do like a mix to whatever kind of flows for me, and that's kind of how I do it. Hey there, RJO is in the house. What's Time Machine? Welcome. So I'm ready to get started. It's going to be Tom Seaver versus his old team, the Cincinnati Reds. In 1982, Tom Seaver was 5-14, I believe, with an ERA of about 5.50 with the Reds. That was one reason that the Reds were willing to drop Seaver in his last year. They thought he was washed up, and then of course Frank Cashin saw it as an opportunity to make some money, a little bit of novelty, bring back Seaver in his last season, have him finish out his last season with the Mets, and then that's it. He never expected Seaver to go on to try to get his 300th, and then he obviously did. But remember, Frank Cashin was a guy who was building the Mets from scratch, and he wanted youth. Seaver wasn't really part of that. Seaver was, by this time, he's 38 years old and just kind of not the same old Seaver. So anyway, let's get started. And it's going to be Gary Reedus leading it off. And let's find a pen that we can use. It's going to be a 5-11. So let's see, a 5-11 against a righty. And that is a fly ball right field X. Now I don't have any. Oh, wait, I have it on my. Hold on a second. Reedus is in center field. I got to jot down quickly a couple of these. And let me. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wait a second. Let me find out the right fielder. Who's a right fielder for them? Cesar Cedeno. Cedeno is a 3-2-2. Let's make sure that's, in right field. All right, so he should catch this. Let's see. That's a 5, so I believe he gets to this. Little fly to right field, and Cedeno over, and as a 2, a 5, he will make the catch. So that's a fly ball 9. All right, so Seaver got the first batter out. Let's go to Eddie Milner. He's a left-handed hitter. He's got good speed, and that's going to be 4-7. 4-7's a strikeout for Seaver. So blows a fastball past Eddie Milner. And now it's Cesar Cedeno. That's a 4-7. He's a righty. A 4-7 is a strikeout, so it's back-to-back Ks. And that's 1, 2, and 3 outs, and 1 K, 2 K. So Seaver has 2 Ks so far. No runs, no hits. We go to the bottom of the inning and the Mets. Let's look at the Mets lineup. Leading off is going to be Wilson, followed by Tucker Ashford. That's the first time I've seen him in the lineup. Mets are facing Mario Soto, by the way. And Darrell Strawberry, first time I've seen him in the lineup. This, I believe, is May 6th. This game is played May 6th. I'm replaying Seaver to see how much closer I can get to his stats with Strat than I did with APA, and then I'm going to do payoff pitch. So it's going to be scientific. I'm going to do all the systems and then kind of give a synopsis of how I played it and how I changed and so forth. Then cleanup is Dave Kingman, still with the Mets at first base. Once Hernandez comes to the Mets, June 15th, Kingman just shows up as a pinch hitter, starts a few games, but you don't see very much more of Kingman. He sits on the bench pretty much for the rest of the season. Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Psalm. Then I'm going to do payoff pitch. So I'm going to go down the line. I'm going to do all the different systems, and I think that would be fascinating. George Foster's batting 5th. Batting 6th is Ron Hodges. Batting 7th is Brian Giles. Jose Oquendo, the shortstop, and Tom Seaver batting 9th. And let's look at Seaver's stats so far for the season. Seaver for the season is at 403. In reality, he was 355. So basically has 5 games started. This is his 5th, I guess. Not sure if this is his 5th or his 6th, but we'll know later. All right, so it's going to be Mookie Wilson against Mario Soto. So that's a 6 and an 8. He's batting lefty against a righty. So that's going to be a 6 and an 8, and that is popped up. Infield, left side. And third baseman Johnny Bench is right there. Defense for the Reds, Bench is at third. Shortstop is Concepcion. Second base is Oster. First baseman is Dan Dreesen. Catcher is Alex Trevino, the ex-Met. Tucker Ashford. I had to create his card. As you can see, that's what the created card looks like with the card app. You buy the card app. It's $5 a month, and you create all the cards you want. I try to make it, I kind of extend this at the bottom to make it fit with the same size as all the other cards. All right, so it's Tucker Ashford. And he's a righty, so that's going to be a 5 and a 12, and that's grounded to the first baseman, Dreesen. Takes it himself, and that's 2 down. And now here's Darrell Strawberry. Now, I picked up these cards recently. A very good deal. Extremely good deal. They did have some writing on them. Somebody took the advanced stolen base information and wrote it in pencil. But he really pressed down hard on the pencil, so it's not like where it's really light and you can get it off. It's just not worth doing that because you're going to mess up the card stock. So you just leave it there. I mean, it's something that's practical and I can use it. So I'm going to have to get a lot of play out of this set of cards. All right, Darrell Strawberry. Left-hander, 21 years old, rookie. His rookie season, 1983. And that's going to be a 4 and a 10, a 4-10, and that's a deep fly ball to center field. Let's see if Eddie Milner can chase it down. And a 5. Let's see. I believe he's chasing that down. Let's look across here. Oh, wait a second. We're going to have to check Eddie Milner's data. Eddie Milner is a 2 -2 E5. So let's write that in. 2 -2. Oh, E5. All right, so he runs it down, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the second. Again, every inning, I'm hoping that Seaver can get through it because he struggles every so often. He'll get into these ruts where he'll give up hit after hit, walk after walk, and then the guy will clear the bases with a double. So Johnny Bench is up, and that's a 6. A 10 is ball 4. So Bench walks. And next is Dan Dreesen. And a 1-9er, and that is a base hit to right field. Bench is going to hold up, stop at second. So this is one of those innings that's starting out already. So Ron Oster, and I'd like with first and second, I'm going to bunt and try to get both these guys over, and have runners on second and third with only 1 out. That'll make it easier to score a run here. So let's look for the bunt chart. And Oster is a B bunter, so that should be easy. And that's a 5. A 5 is going to be batters thrown out by pitchers. So it's going to be a little comebacker, but there's going to be 1 play, and that is the first. So the sacrifice fly moves both runners over. And it's going to be Dave Concepcion. Chance to drive in some runs. Mets with 1 out are going to bring the infield in. Here goes. That's a 4-10, excuse me. So that's off of Seaver. A 4-10 is an N home run. You see that? That's what I tell you. Luckily, against a right-hander, he's a W. So I believe this becomes a single, and both runners score. I believe it's a single 2-star, but that's off the top of my head. But heck, I'd rather have a single 2-star than a home run. All right, so 2-run single by Dave Concepcion, lines 1 into left center field, cut off by the left fielder George Foster. We'll double check that. 4-10, and that is an N home run. Lucky Concepcion does not have a So Sports Time Machine is speaking to me in Chinese. I'm going to pull out my Chinese to English dictionary. He says having the poorest D. I don't know what the heck that means. Oh, you mean the poorest defense? Oh, yeah, the terrible defense. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about, because the other day you were texting me and giving me information, and I was like, ooh, it was way over my head. So runner on first. And I guess you can verify Sports Time Machine that is when it's an N home run and the guy's got a W, it becomes a single 2-star, right? I think that's what it is. Alex Trevino's up next with a runner on first. 1 out. Here's the pitch. And again, it's off Seaver. That's a 5-5, and this is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Giles. He's going to have 1 play. Over to second goes Concepcion. Again, a runner in scoring position for Mario Soto. Mario Soto is a 1 pitcher hitting card, but the other day I think somebody 1 pitcher hitting card. He has no base hits. I guess his base hits would come off the pitcher. All right, here goes. A 1-9er, and that's a strikeout, and Seaver allows 2 runs in this inning on 2 hits and a walk. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. So Seaver's already down. Mario Soto. Mario Soto's got good stats. He had an ERA of 2.70, 17 wins, 242 strikeouts, and 274 innings pitched. He's going to face Dave Kong Kingman. And that is a 5, a 5-6, and that is a K. So Kingman downswing. What else is new? Thank you, Sports Time Machine. Thank you very much, sir. George Foster, 2-4. And this is chopped to short. No, he's a righty. 2-4. It is chopped to short. And charging it is Concepcion. Throws on the run and get his man. Ron Hodges with 2 outs. and that is a 4-7. And that is a potential double, but highly doubtful, and that's the left fielder runs it down in the corner, robbing Hodges of a double. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. Tom Terrific in the top of the third. Gary, the top of the order now, Gary Reedus. And that's a 4. Reedus is a righty, so that's a 4-8, and that is a single double. And that's going to be line base hit center field, played on a hop by Mookie Wilson. And Reedus is going to try to get a lead. He needs a 2-6, and he gets a 4. So there he goes. And a 16. Ooh. I think actually Hodges is a +1. -2 for being held. That's a 16. So, yeah, he's going to get it because it's a +1 for Hodges. I don't do anything with Seaver because there's nothing on these cards. And I know Sports Time Machine said there's something on the PC game, but I can't find it, to be honest with you. I don't know the PC game that well, and I can't find it. So he's going to get a stolen base. And Eddie Milner with a runner on second base. So again, Seaver is facing a situation with a runner in scoring position. And it's 6 versus a lefty, a 6-6, and that's ground ball shortstop. Our shortstop is Okendo. So Okendo, this is the first time I've seen Okendo as well. So I got to write his stats in. And Okendo's a 2E34. So hopefully Okendo can get to this, and a 20, I believe he does. So with a runner on second, Okendo's a 2. And he does get to that, and it's an A grounder. I don't know what that is. I think it's a hold. But anyway, it's a grounder to the left side, and I'm gonna hold him. And Seaver Cedeno with a runner on second base and 1 out. Here's a pitch, and that's a 2-8, and that is grounded to short. Again, Okendo to his left scoops it. Let's see. This time it's a B. Let's see what the B says. The A says runners hold. The B says runners hold. Okay, so it's another ball that keeps the runner at second base, which is good. Johnny Bench, 2 outs. And that's a 6 and an 8, and that is a 1-8 single. It's a base hit, but they're going to stop Reedus at third, so first and third for Dan Dreesen. And that's a 1-6, and that is a deep fly ball right field. Strawberry back to the track and makes the catch. So Dan Dreesen gave it a ride all the way to the warning track, but did not carry out. Lucky for Seaver. No runs, 2 hits, bottom of the third. Tom Terrific, what a class act. There's a Great Kinder's Corner video on YouTube. Great Kinder's Corner video. +9 hold. Oh, my God. Yeah, check it out on YouTube, man. Great Kinder's Corner, Seaver interview. Beautiful. What a classy guy. Well-spoken guy. Family man. Married 60 years, never messing around. Brian Giles. All right, or that at least that we know of, right? 6 and a 7. This is going to be off Soto. That's a strikeout. So Giles, downswing, 1 away. Jose Okendo, and that's a 6-9er. And Okendo, fly ball, shallow center field. Racing in is Milner, and he gets there, out number 2. And now it's Tom Seaver. He's a pitcher hitting card too. He doesn't. Oh, he has some hits on it actually. But that's going to be off the pitcher card. That's a 4-5, and that's grounded to second base. Second baseman, I believe, is a 2, and that's a 7. Let's double check that. Oster is a 218. 218 second base. What did he roll? A 7? And he gets there, and that retires the side. Top of the 4th. 2-0, Reds. Stratomatic. Jurassic Stratomatic. I call it this is the eye chart to me. This is when I go to my optometrist and I read the eye chart. This is what it looks like to me. CXLFGB. Did I get it, Doc? Yeah, you got it. That's pretty good. It's just one big eye chart, one giant eye chart with lots of tiny font. All right, Ron Oster is leading it off. Let's see what Seaver can do against Oster. That's a 6 and an 8. He's a switch hitter, so he's batting lefty, and that's going to be ball 4. So Oster walks. So, I mean, look at this. Seaver struggled in the 2nd and 3rd, and now he's here in the top of the 4th walks the leadoff guy. So this is what I have to contend with. It's barely you can get through an inning without allowing somebody on base. All right, so Concepcion, going to hit and run with Concepcion. So that's a 5, and he's a hit and run C. Hit and run C. Blah, 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 blah. What did I roll? 5. That is ground out. Batter is safe. Lead runner is out. So they still get the lead runner. 6-4. So it's a failed hit and run. I guess he hits it right to the shortstop. And he flips to the second baseman. So Concepcion is on with. Let's try to get a lead with Concepcion. And did I roll? Wait a second. I don't even know what I. All right, it's a 9 now. Doesn't get it. All right. Here's Trevino. And it's a 6. He's a righty, a 6-5, and that's popped up. Second base. Giles squeezes it for the out, and now it's Mario Soto. Pitcher hitting card 1, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Seaver. That retires the side. So after walking the leadoff man, he gets 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 4th. Tom Terrific had a terrific inning there, except for the walk. Top of the order, Mets still are without a hit, hitless, and that's a 3-6, and that is a potential home run. That's a deep drive, and that's going to be off the wall. Wilson into second base with a leadoff double. Tucker Ashford. The pitch from Soto. So 1-7, and that is ball 4. So first 2 runners reach here in the bottom of the 4th. Mets have a little something going. Now they got their big power hitters in Strawberry and Foster. Let's see if one can basically lift one out of here. That's a 2-6. That's a strikeout for Strawberry. 1 away. Kingman next. And a 2-6 again. And that's a whiff. Back-to-back Ks. That's number 4 there. 3 and 4. 2 outs. And George Foster. Need a home run. 1-5. And that is grounded to the shortstop. Concepcion scoops it, fires to first, and in time to retire the side. Holy smokes. So look at that. Mets get their first 2 runners on, KK, and then a ground out. No runs, 1 hit, top of the 5th. Tom Terrific on the mound for the Mets, May 6th. All right. Here's the top of the 5th inning. Gary Aridas. And that is a 2-7, and that is going to be a K. So Seaver picks up his 5th strikeout, gets him on the curveball. Next is Eddie Milner, and that's a 1-2, and that's ripped to first. Nice stab by the first baseman, Kingman. Steps on the bag. 2 away. Cesar Cedeno. And that's a 5-10. Fly ball lifted center field. Mookie Wilson, I believe he's going to track that one down, and he does. That retires the side. 1-2-3 inning for Tom Terrific. For a change, he retired 6 in a row. Holy smokes. All right, Mario Soto in the bottom of the 5th has a shutout going, 1 hitter. Going to be facing Ron Hodges, Brian Giles, and Jose Oquendo. That's a 6-6. 6-6 is a K. So blows a fastball by Ron Hodges, who walks back dejectedly to the bench. Giles with a 5-5, and that's chopped to second base. Charging is the second baseman, Oster. Can he get there? Oh, I don't know that he will. I believe we're going to have to roll for that. I believe we're going to have to roll on a 10. Yeah, we do. We rolled a 6, and Oster is an 18. And a 6 is an error. He boots it. So Oster bobbles it, throws to first, and not in time. And an error shows up on the scoreboard. Oster with an E4. So Giles is going to try to get a lead here. And a 10, he does not do it. He's got a 2-7 to a 9. Oquendo. And we try hit and run with Oquendo. And that is a 5. Oquendo is a C hit and run. Oh, that's the wrong chart. C hit and run. Oh, God. And we roll the 5. That is a ground ball to shortstop. Batter is safe. Lead runner is out. No comment. No comment. Tom Seaver. 1-6. And that's a strikeout. I retires aside. Strikeouts 5 and 6 for Soto in that inning. No runs. No hits, 1 left. So Soto's pitching a gem. And we let Seaver bat. That means he's going to try to get him to go another inning or two. It's only a 2-0 ball game. John Bench is leading it off. Let's see if Seaver can bear down here. All right, see what he could do, get his 38-year-old arm to do here. It's going to be a 4 and an 8, and that is going to be a potential double single. And it's a base hit for Bench. His second hit. Bench is 2 for 2 and a walk. So Bench is on at first. Dan Dreesen, 5-8. A 5-8 fly ball center field. Mookie Wilson under it. 1 away. Oster, that's a 4-10, and he's batting from the left side, and that's going to be an N home run, 1-3. Otherwise, it's a deep fly out, and he is an N, and that is a deep fly ball right field, and backing up is Strawberry and makes the catch. 2 out. Dave Concepcion. It's a 6-7, and that is ball 4. First and second now. Alex Trevino. It's a 6. He's a righty, and it's a 4, and that's line and caught by Kingman, and that retired the side. So no runs. 1 hit, 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. See if the Mets can get something going here. It's the top of the order now for the Mets. Top of the order. All right. Mookie Wilson. Where's Soto? Let's put Soto out there. You know, I'm going to protect Soto because he's a guy that I'm grabbing like every inning. So let's protect him so I don't mess him up. So the next guy who gets these cards can enjoy them, and they'll be looking clean for him. And he'll be like, oh, that guy took care of the cards. They're pretty old and took good care of them. All right, so here's Mookie Wilson. It's going to be a 1-4. That's a fly ball in the gap. And after it is Milner, and he runs it down. Tucker Ashford with a 1-7. That's ball 4. The second walk for Ashford. We got a base runner. That puts the tying run at the plate in a 2-0 game here in the bottom of the 6th for the Mets. at Shea Stadium. It's going to be 3 power hitters for the Mets, and we're at least going to see 2 of them, Strawberry and Kingman. See if one of them can get a hold of a Mario Soto hanger. 2-7. 2-7, and that is a K. Swings through it. And now it's Dave Kingman. Con Kingman. That's a 5-4. And a 5-4 is a deep fly ball, center field. And a 1. Oh, boy. All right. A 1. Who's out there? Eddie Milner. He's a 2. That may fall in there. Let's see. Center fielder. He's a 2. And it's going to drop in. And that's going to be at least 2 bags. They're going to hold up Ashford at third base. And Kingman with a 2-out double. But Ashford was held up. Must have not known there was 2 outs on that. George Foster. Second and third. And that's a 6. And a 6. And that is strike 3. And that retires the side. Mets leave. The tying runs on base. No runs, 1 hit. So basically, I'd say in the last 3 innings, the Mets have kind of threatened a bit here. So that's a good feel. Now, the bullpen is up for the Mets, and Tom Seaver is potentially due up in the next inning. So all it'll require is for 1 batter to get on. So we may pull Seaver. If he gets into any trouble here, the pitcher, the starting pitcher is leading off, so he should have an out there. Knock on wood. Soto. Here's a pitch from Seaver. And that's a 3-8. And that is a strikeout. So Seaver gets his 6th K of the day. Next is Gary Reedus. It's a 5-7. That's a K. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tom Terrific here in the top of the 7th. And now it's Eddie Milner. And that's a 1-5, and that is ball 4. And Milner's going to try to get a lead. And an 8 does not do it. Cesar Cedeno. A 1-6, and that is going to be a fly ball in the gap. Wilson settles under it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 7th. For a guy who never plays this game, I'm playing it pretty quick. We're already in the 7th. How many minutes have gone by? 30 minutes. Ron Hodges leading it off against Mario Soto. All right, that's 6-7 versus a lefty. And that's a strikeout. So Soto with his 7th, 8th, and 9th K of the day. Brian Giles, again a 6, this time's a righty, a 6 and a 4, and that's a catcher X. The catcher is Trevino. And Trevino's a 3-2, he's 7. And let's roll for the catchers. 17, and that is a pop-up behind the plate. Trevino throws his mask away. 2 out. And Jose Oquendo. And it's going to be a 3-6. That's a fly ball left field. And hooking, and Reedus right there makes the catch. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. We're top of the 8th. So again, we are going to pull Seaver. We're going to pull Seaver. And we're going to bring in Baylor as a shortstop. And we're going to do a double switch. We're going to bring in Orozco. Jesse Orozco's coming in to pitch for the Mets. There he is, just like that. Easy peasy. And then we're going to have Bob Baylor coming in, and Bob Baylor's going to lead off the next inning. All right. So Orozco facing Johnny Bench, who's 2 for 2, and a walk. And that's a 5. It's off the pitcher, a 5-4, and that is a fly ball center field X. Mookie Wilson is a 2, so he should be able to catch up to that, and he does. Mookie Wilson showing off his range. 1 away. Dan Dreesen, lefty on lefty, and that's a 3-8. That's a fly ball again. Mookie Wilson settles under it, makes the catch. And now it's Oster. 6-5, and he's batting from the right side. 6-5, and that's a fly ball. Mookie Wilson on the run and tracks it down. So all 3 outs to the center fielder. 3 up, 3 down. Two 2-0 Reds. Mario Soto here in the bottom of the 8th, facing Bob Baylor. And that's a 6 versus a righty, a 6 and a 4. And again, that's a catcher situation. That's a 5. And that is a wild pitch, but nobody's on base, and a pop-up. It's going to be a pop 2. Top of the order for the Mets. Mookie Wilson, he's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's a 4-7. 4-7, and that's going to be a long shot to left field. And it's going to be a catch by Reedus. Fly ball 7, 2 out. Tucker Ashford. Got 2 walks today. That's a 2-9, and that is ball 4. 3 walks for Tucker Ashford. Hitting all the walks. And now it's Darrell Strawberry with the tying run at the plate in Strawberry. Soto better proceed with caution. And that's a 5, again off the pitcher, so it's doubtful that's going to be a home run. So 5 versus a lefty, and an 8 is a strikeout, and that retires the side. So 3rd strikeout for Strawberry, and the 10th for Soto in this game. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We go to the top of the 9th. Jesse Orozco versus Concepcion, Trevino, and Soto. All right, so 1-6. And it's a lefty, and it's a fly to left. Under it is Foster. 1 away. It's a 3-5, and that is launched center field. Mookie Wilson on the run in the gap and runs it down. 2 away. Mario Soto. That's a 3-5, and that's a rip to short. Baylor over to first. High throw. Nice stretch by Con Kingman. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. So Seaver in this game went 7 innings. He gave up 5 hits. Walks 2, 3, 4 walks. 2 runs, 2 earned runs. Struck out, how many? 6, 7. Faced 20, 23, 21 batters. Gary Reedus is going to lead it. No, that's it. 3 up, 3 down in the 9th. We go bottom of the 9th. Mario Soto trying to pick up a complete game here. It's allowed basically the Mets to 2 hits. That's it. Been real stingy. Dave Con Kingman. That's a 5-3, and that is a fly ball to right. And a 12. And he is a Cedeno is in right. He's a 3 at 12. We're gonna have to roll on Cedeno. Cedeno's a 2. So it's not going to be an easy error on here. And that's a 9. A 9 is an out. Fly ball. Cedeno under it. Makes the catch. 1 away. George Foster. 5 and an 8, and that's a strikeout. Foster down swinging, and that's number 11 for Mario Soto, who's pitched a gem here against the Mets. Mets are down to their last out. It's going to be Ron Hodges. Ron Hodges is 0 for 3. And Mets are going to bring on Rusty Staub. Legrand Orange, my favorite pinch hitter. Always love to bring in Rusty towards the end of the game. See if we can track him somewhere. Should be in here somewhere. There he is, Rusty Staub coming in. Pinch hit for Ron Hodges, who's 0 for 3. That's going to be off Staub's card, a 2-8, and that is grounded to short. Concepcion over to first, and that is the ball game. So Seaver's record is 3-2 now, or is it 4-1? Let's. I can't remember. I think it's 3-2. It picks up the loss. Orozco won a couple innings. Retired all 6 batters he faced. No strikeouts, no walks. And that's it. Let's do the line scores. 5 hits for the Reds. 2 hits for the Mets. 1 error for the Reds, no errors for the Mets. Runs, 2 runs, so it's Cincinnati, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. New York, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Seaver, got to put in all his. I got to input this game, and then I'll have all the final stats of where he's at. But the replay continues, and we'll see how he ends up doing in this replay. I know much. I mean, I know how to use him a lot better now. I know his strengths. I know his weaknesses, and I know how to use the bullpen a little bit better. So I figured this replay is going to go a little bit better. This CP Cards and Dice. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for communicating. I will see you guys very, very soon. Keep on rolling. Enjoy yourself. So long.